Hello, hello, everyone. I don't know. I don't know. That's two hammers in a row. Two hammers in a row are putting in. Morning, good afternoon. Anyone get an email today? You might have guessed we've been a little busy this morning with all the news. If you missed it, uh we got a rally this morning because Trump had a meeting with Mexico's president and they put a 30-day hold on the tariffs. But then we're getting a little bit of a move down now because Trump said he's considering putting tariffs on the EU. So lots going on today. All right. Some people saying no email. Some people saying they got it. I'm going to have her send another one. Thank you. Thank you. All right. They're sending another one out right now. Yeah. Oh, okay. Good, good, good. Bob, that there's a 30-day stay on the tariffs for Mexico as of right now, and he just announced he's considering tariffs on the EU. Uh, so maybe we'll have another spread trade coming up. I heard you guys did pretty good on that one from over the weekend. Anyone took it? Wife's doing great, Kevin. Thanks for asking.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Hello there. Hello there, everybody. Let me stay panelist here and let me just go up to YouTube, say hello to everybody, and then I'll be right back. Hope everybody's doing well. And I hope I've been giving you enough guidance during this whole craziness that we're seeing right now. Hey, Robert. Hey, Omar. Hey, Eduardo. How are you guys? Let me try something here. Let me try something here. It's here. Go here. I want to try doing a little experiment, seeing if people can see me post on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to try to post something on YouTube. Can you guys see it? Hello from Roger. If you're on YouTube, can you respond and let me know if you've see me posting that or not? Okay. On YouTube only. Let me now go to Zoom. All right. Good morning, all the Zoom users. Let me say hello to everybody. We got Kevin. We got Richard. We got Ariza. We got Scotty. We got HG. We got Jeff. We got Rochelle. Good morning, Rochelle. I don't think I saw you this morning. Matt says he spent a couple hours with you last week in the evening. And I hopefully your Pro Trader dashboard is working now. Stephen, Kathy, Jason, Peter. Hello, Peter. We got Ken. We got Christopher. We got Robert. We got iPhone. I hate saying that. Kevin, I wish I knew your name. Hello, iPhone. Kevin, Chad, Chris says 280% on the SPY trade. Thanks, guys. You're welcome. Hello, 31248. Hey, Bob, how are you? Steve, how are you? Armolfo, how are you? Jack says looking for the next winner in Stealth Surge. I'm waiting to put the next trade on Stealth Surge. This is craziness what's going on. Okay, they can see me on YouTube. Good, 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 good. No, I didn't put a link. I just wanted to see if you guys could see me on YouTube. Now I understand why. I need to switch views on my Google account. I need to go to a different Google account before I log in. I'm just talking to myself. Right now, you should be thankful that I have not been giving you. We haven't had a stealth search, did we, Matt, recently?
No, it's been a little while.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing. Hey, Ivano, Murmis, Nico. Let me ask you, do you guys have a lot of trades that you've been taking that have been working out with the market doing this? I mean, it's like schizophrenic.
Well, we've had a choppy market and earnings,
Yeah.
so that really throws a
Yeah.
wrench in.
Right, right. Brendan, Gus, we gotta, you're thinking, why isn't he putting on trades? Why wasn't he putting on trades? And I'm thinking, look, let me share my screen. And I'm thinking, look at this price action. How do you trade this price action directionally? How do you trade directionally this? You've got to be really good to make money in a market like this. I mean, look, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster, I tell you. I mean, really, it is. Robert says only doing my trades. Good. Well, that's good. Let me pull up my TC 2000. Man, this computer's fast. I thought it was fast before. Now it's like super fast. All right, let me put this back here. Let me grab my charts. 1 second. The problem, you don't know. Got too many things going on here. Too many charts going on here. 1 second. It's just loading my layout. It'll take a second. Come on, this thing looks stuck. I spoke too fast. Spoke too soon. Close the program. Oh, there we go. As soon as I close the program, it opens up. You threaten it. That's how you get it to open. Please keep doing what you're doing. It keeps us grounded. You're welcome, Genevieve. Good morning, Doris. Hey, iPhone. Who is this iPhone that I'm talking about? Oh, it's Philip. Philip. Just put Philip before you type anything. Nice profit on Meta. It was a nice profit on Meta. The difference between a real trader and someone learning how to trade. How you doing, Bob? Nicholas, besides March expiration dates, I haven't done any short term besides SPY spread you sent out. That's not a bad thing. Folks, if you've been like not taking trades, it's because the market is, I mean, this has just been a horrific. I mean, this is just a really crazy market. Sold BTI. Nice, nice, Jeff. Very nice. T-Buzz should be spanked for scheduling a trade room. What trade room, Brendan? What are you talking about? Did T-Buzz doing? Is he live right now? Is that it? Is there something going on with T-Buzz? Is this like a one-time thing or is this a regular thing? Like, what's going on? Tell me about this.
Sounded like an emergency.
Oh, and one of those emergency meetings? Well, it's because of it's because of the tariffs. And also T-Buzz is very, he's really big on Trump. So T-Buzz, noon T-Buzz. All right. First trade in the pit, Meta 18%. You are welcome. Live trade room. T-Buzz is doing a live trade room. Like, Brendan, can you expand? Is it like an everyday thing or is it like a one time? Why would he do that? One time. Okay, all right. That's probably because, look, guys, T-Buzz does his own thing. Yeah, thank you for being here. But T-Buzz is in his own, T-Buzz is T-Buzz. All right, all right. Sitting on the sidelines a lot lately. That's good. Hey, Alexander, how are you? Andrew, Justin, Joan have to trade on a 1 minute chart by VWAP. Robert only doing my trades. All right, all right. Is LB on your radar? Let's look at LB. LB cannot be on my radar because LB has just found really nice support at the 100-day moving average. It's kind of doing what the market's doing. We need a clear breakaway. If you look to the left, you have a lot to the left. If you look below, we're not there yet, and if you look to the above, we're not there yet. So LB would my so to answer your question, would LB would make it on my radar once it passes above 72.30 or breaks this level right here, which would make it a breakout minus to the downside because it's still above this level. Yes, Bob, exactly. Yeah, this morning I had a little crazy experience. I went to give blood. I had my annual checkup like a month ago, and he said just wait till the holidays are over, and I totally forgot it. And the lab is literally 200 feet from my office. My doctor's office is literally 200 feet from my office. So I went to give blood, and I was talking on the phone with Matt. And next thing you know, my phone is gone, and I don't know where my phone is. And then the market opens, and I'm looking for my phone for 20 minutes, and I can't find my phone. It was a disaster. Finally, I realized my wife had my phone. She came with me to give blood. She knows the nurse, and she took my phone by accident. So my wife had my phone the entire time. So that was my morning today. So yes, LB looks great if it just goes up and breaks above 72 from this level. Okay. Now, from what I understand, at 3 o'clock today, our president is going to be speaking to Trudeau, and they're going to be clearing things up. The latest is that Trump is going to delay tariffs on Mexico for a month, which is fine. So reverse mortgage company, okay, mortgage company. So that's kind of where we're at right now. But then since then, and again, I don't know if this is correct. I have not heard it myself, but from what I understand, he's now threatened to slap tariffs on UA on Europe 10%.
EU, European Union.
European Union 10%, right?
Yep. Talked about it, considering it.
Right. So here's what I'm going to say. You think Venkat? Nah. I don't. Yeah, But the problem is this. The problem is every time he says something, right, it can have a major impact. Yes, yes. And the problem is it impacts us. And I don't mean impacts us like on a. Now, I'm not one of those guys I'm not one of those guys who's going to take the easy way out and say, we have a president who's on the loose. We can't trade. I'm not saying that, but I kind of want to say that, okay? I mean, I don't want to give you excuses because you could trade these moves, and we will trade these moves probably in the afternoon. But I'm telling you, it's no good. It disrupts the natural flow of the market. Yes, yes. What remember something, and there's a lesson here for all of you. Anytime you have fundamental news, it disrupts the technical. Imagine this, okay? Imagine you have an ecosystem, and in your ecosystem, you have like temperatures going from 90 degrees to 40 degrees, 90 degrees to 40 degrees, kind of, I'm going with Florida's weather, okay? And then there's, let's just say, and again, this is hypothetical. I'm not saying that there is one. I'm not a big believer I'm not a big believer in the whole global warming thing. I don't think there's enough data to conclude if it's happening or not. And I don't want to get into all of that stuff because it's not going to help us make any money. But my point is this, is that let's say you have this nature that occurred and it built over a gazillion years, right? That's your technical trend. Like you have a steady trend. And then somebody comes and, a big explosion happens in the Earth's atmosphere and it'll disrupt things. That's kind of what's happening right now. So what happens is when Trump says something, it kind of it's like it disrupts the natural elements, the natural weather. Like I'm a weatherman, okay, hypothetically speaking, and I'm trying to dissect what the weather is going to be. And I'm seeing everything says cloudy, 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 and then Trump comes around and says, "No, it's going to be a sunny day." And everything turns sunny because Trump says it's going to be a sunny day for 15 minutes. But you see the problem, that's adding another layer of difficulty. Now, I also believe, and I've said this before, I'm just repeating myself at this point. I don't think this is going to keep going on. I think he's trying to flex his muscle. I think he's got a lot of enemies or perceived enemies. I think he's taking his grievances out on the world right now. And I personally think he's trying to just flex his muscle and show everybody, look, I'm the big boss. I'm in control. It's very typical of how he behaves, and there's nothing we can do about it. But I think that the less we get into the administration, the more he'll become disengaged. The less he'll have to prove to somebody. Maybe he'll forget some of this stuff. Maybe he'll play golf more often. But the point is, hopefully, business will move on and things will regain the natural balance of the markets, so that the things we do can become predictable once again to the level they were over the before, say, the election happened. And again, I'm not saying it's going to change how we trade. It's not going to change the day. Nothing's going to happen. We just have to be patient and we have to sit through it a little bit. That's all I'm trying to say. Um, and then there's Elon Musk. Don't get me started with him. I do not like that guy, and I do not trust that guy. And I do not. How does Elon Musk, a private citizen, get top clearance? Don't get me started with him. But if as long as they're friends, Tesla's going to do great. The market is finally tuned. Finally tuned. Who's this? What? Trump is making trading difficult, so chaotic. He wants to change normal flow. Yes, thanks, Roger. True Trend and A-Line was amazing. You're welcome. New president in town. Lots of changes, lots of volatility. Yes. Would you trade the Canadian call? I don't know what I'm going to trade. I'm taking everything second by second at this time. Ken says, one second, I want to read all of this. We need to put on the gloves. It wouldn't be the worst idea, Wade. It would not be the worst idea. And again, if you don't like some of what I'm saying, I'm sorry. I'm being honest with you. I'm just being straight up with you. The market is finely tuned. What is this? The market is a fine-tuned system that Trump throws a wrench into. Exactly. Like the astronaut that killed the dinosaur. Genevieve says that is the problem. Agree 100%. The market needs to understand what Trump means when he says something. Yes. Vertuvian, simply mirror exactly other countries' tariffs or other offset domestic issue with domestic subsidy. Listen, that's way above my pay grade. You're making too much sense, Vertuvian. When people make too much sense, I have nothing to say. Cyrus says, I like to see what Elon is going to do and doing. Very important than tariffs. Yes, do, not say, but do. I'm here to listen stock advice, not your rambling on Trump. Bye, David. Have a nice day. I'm not rumbling on Trump. I'm talking about the tariffs. Folks, Trump is what's moving the market right now. I don't know how to explain it to you. Yes, and maybe he's seeing how they react to his blessing muscles. Don't try to catch a falling knife. Earnings, David, Elon. I mean, I'm talking about. I'm talking that this is about the markets. Not slam Trump, blah blah blah. I'm not slamming Trump. I'm telling you exactly how it is. Is there one thing I'm saying that is not true in what I'm saying? Please tell me what it is. Yes, he's the markets right now. I'm talking about the markets. Would you like me to talk about? Hey, Matt, Trump has no relevancy to the market right now. He's
Well,
no. Trump has nothing to do with the market right now, folks. No, forget about all that.
he's the only thing that's coming across my squawk in my ear all day.
What do you think the market is doing right now? Who do you think's controlling it?
Why do you think we're down? We were down
People
almost
are, you know
3%
what?
today.
People are amazing. Don't talk about Trump. Who do you want me to talk about? This is the guy that's controlling what I'm doing right now. Jesus Christ. People are really something. I'm saying exactly what is happening. I know I am. I'm saying exactly what is happening. It's not my hey, folks, for all of you who don't like me, go send a letter to Trump and tell him to keep his nose away from the stock market. And then we won't have any conversations. People are amazing. They're here to talk about the stock market. Hey Matt, what's driving the stock market today?
Tariffs.
Who's doing these tariffs?
That would be the president.
I give up. I mean, amazing. Amazing. Do you think I really want to talk about tariffs again? All right. All right, let's talk about the market. So we're in a gap right now. If Trump and Trudeau, oh, wait a minute, I can't talk about him. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we should talk about chess and checkers today.
Murray would like that.
Thank you, Carlos. That's funny. So if everything goes good today between uh, Donald Trump, our president, and Trudeau, we should get above this level here. Okay. Right? We got to get above here.
One thing that's interesting is we don't seem to be pricing in anything for the threat of the EU tariffs.
Not yet.
We haven't moved.
Not yet. Not yet. So, right. Oh, amazing. Amazing. So we need to get above 602. We need to get above 602. Hopefully it will happen today. So far, the gap has been filling very well till he started talking about EU and he started talking about the 3 o'clock. So again, I don't know how it's going to go. The drug business reported today that 43 fentanyl seized from Canada in 2004 is enough to kill over 9 million Americans. You were not aware. No, I wasn't aware, David. I was not aware. I always hear stuff coming across Mexico and Texas borders. I never hear anything coming across. I don't. I honestly don't. Matt, do you hear a lot of stuff about Canada?
No.
I just don't. And by the way, I've never heard anyone make a big deal about it either. That's the irony of it all. Right? So what I'm hoping is you may want to write this down. We need to break above 599. I know, Jeff. I know. 10% of our heating oil comes from Canada. I'm well, Art. I'm well. All right, so you should be talking about him for those that do not. Yeah. George says you could talk about anything you want. I woke up with $250 profit on the SPY trade today, which had everything to do with Trump, by the way. All right. So we need to fill this gap. Nothing good will happen until we fill this gap. We can easily go down to the VWAP and test the low. Or we can go and break this high, which would mean we have to break the 600 level. There's a major support at 599 right now on the SPY. Okay. We have to break this. If we don't break this, we're not going to go higher. And the longer it takes us to break this, we're going to go lower. I am Doris. It's amazing, you know? Like I talk about the markets, but today it happens to be that our president is driving the markets. You know? Yeah. When the hurricane was in North Carolina, that keep going. Sometimes people only have negative stuff to say. Yep. QQQ. Let's go on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sticking my nose into all of this.
We don't like talking about it.
Yeah, I hope you guys know. I really don't want to talk.
Roger and I talk about politics 0% of the time unless it's related to the market.
I don't want to talk about it either. I'm not making these decisions with the tariffs, okay? Yes, we got that. Yep. Yeah, I'm here to talk about the market. Yeah, me too. But guess who's controlling it today? Our president. No. Right here, 1519 on the QQQ. Got to get above 1519, 1520. Okay. Right here. We got to get above this level. Got to get right here, 519 on the Dow. Yeah, Matt and I never talk about politics. The only person who talks politics here is T-Buzz. And Dow is actually doing really well. The Dow is almost at support. Look at this. Matt, the Dow actually today is looking really good. On the daily, the Dow couldn't even come to the 50-day moving average. This is good. This is very, very good, but we still need to get above 445. This is not a low probability trading environment. Not a low probability trading environment at all.
In high probability.
Say what?
It is a low probability. You're saying
No,
it's
no, no, it's not. No, it's not a low probability.
oh,
This
in
is
the Dow
no, this is like right now maybe,
on
but
the Dow. Yeah.
today this is not a this is a pretty good probability trading environment. This is not a low probability would be like this all day. Here you had a nice gap down, you had nice consolidation, and see Matt, what I was talking about to you over the weekend was getting out when we get out of these areas up and
Hmm.
down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Again, they're not going to work 100%. Yeah, that would be great, Julian, right? So as long as we get above this level, and that is 446, we should see some upside. I'm a little surprised, to be quite honest with you, that the Dow is doing so well in light of that the Dow is holding up so well in light of everything. I'm actually really surprised, and it's still above the 50-day moving average. QQQ, whoops, QQQ. Look at the gap we have to fill to get there. We're already there on the Dow. But the good news is we are above the 50-day moving average. And one big clue, regardless of all this nonsense today with tariffs and deep doo-doo, I'd like for us to close above the 50-day moving average. Okay? All right. We need to close above the 50-day moving average. The QQQ, that's about 519. That would be very, very strong. Yes, I'm only talking comparatively, Bob. You're absolutely right. Buy got to close at that 600 level. We really need, the closer we edge up this gap, the closer we will need to go. What I also need to see, I need to see the Vold. This is the Vold. I want to see the Vold bulking up because so far the Vold has been getting very, very choppy. All right. This is the same thing as the T2
T2104.
T2104. What'd you say, Matt?
T2104.
Exactly. T2104. That level on the SPY is about 599. Now, we know it's very hard to do this without talking about the president today because everything I'm talking about is based on him talking with Canada at 3 o'clock today. So for me to ignore the candidate today would be not following the market. And what I do is follow the market, and that's the catalyst today. So I'm sorry for all of you who don't want me to talk about the president, but that's what the market is today. I didn't make it that way. I'm only here to report. Don't shoot the messenger. So we need them to have a decisive agreement like he has with Mexico. In other words, we had a friendly discussion, and we'll see what happens next. Means absolutely nothing. I want to hear Trump say we delayed tariffs for 1 month because they're going to do this, and this. I want to see something specific. The Volt calculates all stocks with the volume upticking versus downticking. It's telling you if volume in the market is going up or down. That's what it's doing. Let me just check something real quick here. Oh, it went all the way to wow. It went all the way to Matt. While you were getting lunch, I did a day trade on Meta.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it went. I didn't know it went
It
all
was
the way.
quick.
Oh, it was fast. It went up. It was going up. If we would have new tariffs were coming, would we think that would be have written in already? If the world knew tariffs were coming, what would we think they would be written in already? Yes. Who says here? Nice, very presidential role model for our kids. Not, yeah, not at all. I shed your back. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, George, we took a quickie in there. Roger, my point was trying to make it that when hurricane hit Carolina, this is all I heard about. Today, Trump is the hurricane. Exactly. And I really wish I didn't have to talk about him. I'd love to talk about something else, but that's that. Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something else. Earnings are taking a back seat to this big time. Fed data is taking a back seat to this big time. This is what's driving price right now. So I mean, this is what's relevant right now, folks. It is what it is. All right, let's move on to some stocks. Now, before we get to some stocks, bond market. Bond market is no longer seeing flight to quality. Now, this is very important. What I'm about to say is very, 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 very important, okay? Sometimes when you see this right here, when you see this, you saw this move, this big gap on news that what is that chip, Matt? The Chinese what I call doo doo,
Deep Seek.
deep doo doo. The deep doo doo happened. This is the deep doo doo. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, Penny. The deep doo doo happened here. Okay, the deep doo doo happened here. That's called flight to quality. Okay, that's called flight to quality. George says, I'm 1 day old with your trading pit, already making money. Go ahead and grab that, Matt. That's a good one.
Good.
So that's when we thought the market was crashing, so to speak. When I say crashing, I mean that in a very liberal sense. I don't mean like a crash. And, the market was down quite a bit. I think we went down 700-800 points at one point. So that was money coming into the bond market because money was leaving the stock market. Okay. Now, here's the important part. Since then, that has not happened anymore. So none of these gaps with Trump since the tariff started have caused that to happen. Market has been pretty consistent. How do I know that? Well, look how stable bonds have been. So one thing we know for sure, this tariff talk is not destabilizing uh, I his name. I don't know. I don't care about his name. I'm just trying to explain to you what happened, the cause and effect, and the markets, and which it's not distorting the market. It's not throwing the market for a loop. Now, why is that important? That's very, very important because the bond market believes that the stock market is not going to go. It's not going to get hit with a Hurricane 4. It's going to be hit maybe with a. This is the bond market thinking the stock market's going to get hit with a Hurricane 4 or 5. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is the bond market, and this is really. He was pretty normal. I mean, he didn't really heat up the whole tariff talks till like the last few days. You could see that the bond market has been pretty stable, which means that not terror talk, but tariff talk, right? So the bond market has not been going out of whack. The bond market has not gone out of whack. That's very, very important. What does that mean? That means the bond market is not expecting a 4 or 5 hurricane. See, I'm saying something positive now about Donald Trump. I'm saying the gap may get filled. I'm thinking they may work out. It's not all bad. There's good stuff too. All right. Now, maybe we'll get to that. How will this affect our open calls? Cherie, how long have you been with me? How long have you been with me, Cherie? Only a week. Okay, well, that's why I'm asking you this. Cherie, we do not post publicly in this channel while we're having a class that has everybody in here and their mothers trades that are currently in the members area that people paid for. Because what happens is people who pay thousands of dollars are going to be thinking, well, why don't I just come here and wait for Cherie to give me the goodies? Do you see the error in your way, Cherie? Now that upsets me. Talking about Trump really doesn't. So please don't do that anymore, Cherie. I have a perfectly good email address and it works very well. So please, in the future, do not post open positions here for everyone to see, okay? Thank you. Let's move on. All right. That's what I'm thinking, Paul, because the bond market is not I know you're learning. That's why I'm not kicking you out. That's why I'm saying, please just don't do it anymore. So you see that? That's stability. Number two, let me show you some more signs of stability. The bond market. Now, remember when the whole thing happened that's right, Robert. That's what I'm trying to say. And to further my point, Cherie, all you have to do is send me an email. I'll respond within an hour, unless it's like Carlos and me, we have these long discussions and I have to outlines. But if it's just a question, I'll respond within an hour. If I'm not in here, I'll respond. So This is the day. This is the deep doo doo day right here. The day of the deep doo doo. Look at how high this candle went, right? We went all the way to 22. Today, we couldn't break 20. And what happened when we went to 20? We bounced down pretty hard. Okay. So what this is telling me is that even though Trump is puffing, he's huffing, and he's going to have nothing's going to happen. So you see, all of you folks who thought I didn't, I was against you. I don't think anything's going to happen, but I had to say it and I had to explain to you why. Now, with that said, we're still going to have a lot of turbulence between now and 4 p.m. because of the conversation that he's going to have with Canada, which is completely unforeseeable. And we don't know if they're going to come to an agreement or if they're not going to come to an agreement. Now, remember, it's a two-way street, okay? It's a two-way street. And these tariffs, that's what it's called a trade war for a reason. The reason it's called a trade war is because it works both. It works both ways. It works both ways. So Canada, I believe, has threatened, or maybe they haven't threatened. Maybe they already did. They already put a 10% tariff on our goodies.
Yeah, I
Has it
think they
happened
already sent
already?
them out.
Say that again, Matt.
I thought they already sent them out.
All right. Sorry about that. I'm just looking at some stocks. So that could be the they may come to a conclusion where they may pause both sides. One side may pause. They can come to a mutually beneficial agreement. Point is, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and we got to be very, 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 very cautious. Okay, they talk at 3 o'clock. So Canada has an average of over 100%. Has an average. Oy, Vezmir, that's bad. So please be careful. The market is overreacting like they did on deep. Well, they are, but we don't have a finality. Okay, here's the thing, Nathan. The market is overreacting like it did, like it always does, just like it did with deep doo doo. Let's call it by its real name, deep doo doo. None of us should be surprised. Nobody here is surprised. It shouldn't have all been priced in, but it wasn't. It can't be priced in because we don't know what agreement we're going to come to. Trump campaigned on using. I'm just trying to read this on using tariffs, especially that he is not going to let other countries take advantage of us anymore. They're going to keep taking advantage of us. I promise you. Other countries have upset because we have a leader with a backbone who isn't going to let them take advantage of us again. The market always overreacts because it's never uncertainty. Yes, but we don't have a conclusion. You see, the problem is the market can't find. Here's what happens. Let's say you have a news coming overnight. Stock came out. Here's the problem with your argument, Nathan. Okay, and I want to explain this to you without getting political because this has nothing to do with politics. And there's a learning lesson for all of you here. So here it is. A stock at 3 in the morning comes up with news. We beat estimates. We did this. We're going to do this. The price gets, we know everything at that point. It gets priced in. We are in a fluid situation. Nothing has been priced in. Nothing has been determined. It's a fluid situation. Therefore, you're going to have price discovery till it's determined. And nothing has been determined yet. That's the problem with what you're saying. So I agree with you. I agree with your statement if this was a fixed event. In other words, folks, we have made, after much deliberation, we have come to a conclusion that no matter what happens, we're going to raise 3% tariffs on ABC. And that's a finality. And it's not because we're trying to teach them a lesson. This is all. So my question to you is, how do you find price discovery when you have a moving target at all moves? The moving target has to stop. And this is something I actually know about. Price discovery. Do you see the problem with your Nathan says, but like you, I talked about Trump really needs to rely on his experts around him, but will be key if this will be effective. No, he went too far. I don't really care, folks. I don't care if he went too far. I don't care if he went not far enough. I think you're all missing my point. Here is the point, and I'm going to move on, okay? Because it's been 40 minutes, but a lot of you folks don't seem to get it. I don't care what happens. I just want something to happen already. Do you understand? Then the market can begin ascertaining price discovery. You can't have price discovery till something is determined. Is determined. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's all I'm saying. You like Trump, you don't like Trump, we're going to have tariffs. It doesn't matter. I don't care. We'll be able to trade this market. What we don't know is we don't know what price discovery is till we find out the answer to the problem. And delaying it another month is only going to hurt us one more month down. It's not going to help us because we're not going to be able to get price discovery for another month. Peace? Okay? Destiny says, new here, but I thought I was going in the classroom to discuss Google earnings. I'm in the wrong room. Destiny, you're definitely in the wrong room. You're definitely in the wrong room. Because if you were in the right room, you would know that earnings is a binary event where there's absolutely no decision. Okay? You need to go into a room that trades earnings. I don't trade earnings. I'm a very patient man, but I'm not going to be patient anymore. Now I'm going to talk about stocks. Now, folks, when is earnings for Google? Tomorrow. And what do we all tell Destiny about earnings for Google? Is there any reason for us to talk about Google earnings? Since earnings are tomorrow. Thank you. There's your answer. We don't trade earnings. I don't do that. I don't trade earnings. All right, now let's move on. Jamal says, up 200% from your SPY, you're a gift. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Okay? All right. There's no trade, there's no edge in earnings. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk stocks. I'm going to give you guys stocks. I don't want to give you options right now. Why am I not going to give you options today? Can anybody tell me why I'm not going to give you options today? And it's not because I have to be anywhere at 1 o'clock. My webinar starts at 2 p.m. Can you put it on the a link, please, Matt? Yes, spreads are too wide. Too much uncertainty because we don't have price discovery, because the market makers don't know if Trump is going to say yes or no to Canada at 3 o'clock. What are they going to do? They're going to try to sit on two chairs with one ass. That's called widening your spreads. Right. So I'm going to give you stocks. Ooh, this looks like a nice. Look at Matt. Let me show you guys something. Look at Meta. Went right up here, right to the top, right to the consolidation area. Cooling right off right now. Makes sense. Be careful. Not a time to trade overnight. Right. This is not a time to be a hero right now. Thank you for your comprehensive notes. No problem. All right. So let me give you guys stocks that I like. But I can't explain enough to you right now how much uncertainty we have. And that is caused unfortunately, by the president right now. All right, stocks to the short side, BLDR. What the hell's going on here? Why did this thing close, Matt? Matt, it's all your fault.
Sorry.
All right, here we go. Write these down. Builder, breaking down right here, needs to break below the VWAP. If it doesn't break below VWAP, you don't want this. And be careful with this, but it is breaking all the areas here. And if it breaks a little bit more, it's going to be one hell of an A-line stock. It looks good, but I want to see it really break down. Okay? You're welcome, Donna. Nike. Again, broke the 50-day moving average, filling the gap. Do not short the stock unless it breaks down hard end of day. Now, this is a stock that's completely become untradeable because we don't know what's going to happen with China and if there's going to be tariffs. And it's not my fault. Okay. I want to see this below the VWAP before you do a short. Okay. BBY, auto parts. I mean, not auto parts, tech parts. technology stocks. Very choppy stock. You definitely don't want to day trade this stock. And if you do buy options, you want to buy some time. This is not a fast mover. Um, so again, I like how it's breaking the low right here, but I want it to be below the VWAP. We're looking at to be below the VWAP, below the VWAP. Okay. And again, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to stuff my political views down your throat. I'm simply saying that right now, our president has a huge impact on the stock market, whether you like it or not. Don't kill the messenger. Okay. DB, this is not one you're going to be able to do with options. This is not one you're going to be able to do with options, but this is very tradable down to the 50-day moving average. Thank you, Sylvia. Very smooth moves, but I've already checked the options ahead of time. I was going to give this trade. I was going to give this trade for the so there were two stocks that I was looking at today for the pit. Okay. I was looking at BBIO and I was looking at T-Tech. I was looking at these two stocks, but their spreads were really kind of wide. But I was actually going to give these two stocks today in the pit. They were literally on my hit list. As a matter of fact, I think I gave them to you both as a watch list stock in the in the pit this morning in the Telegram channel. So I do like these stocks, but again, I don't know about trading them with options. They're a little wide. They sure move nicely. Yeah, I did. Okay, Rochelle, good, good. You probably noticed they're not moving very. Again, great stock, beautiful A line. Will be very much impacted by China. This stock has huge correlation to China. It's an A line right now. Theoretically, it should come right here to 43.25, right down to this base and break the low. Look at it, gapped up, came right back down, breaking down right at the VWAP. But again, who the hell knows what's going to happen? Let me look at Win real quick since they're related. Win looks exactly the same. If you want to know the truth, Christopher, I probably like Win a little better, but Win has to break below this level right here. 82.73. It's below the VWAP though, and it has a little more elasticity to it. Notice, look how it tried to break the 200, the 50, the 100, stopped dead in its tracks, and right below. This looks good. It just needs to break down a little bit. Both look good and are highly dependent on China. Now, how can I talk about these stocks without talking about the 3 o'clock meeting he's going to have? It would be foolish, right? All tariffs in 9 months will be cut. Oh, I think, Perry, I think way before. Okay, so let me tell you what I think. I think this whole tariff talk, I think we're going to forget about it in less than 8 weeks. 8 weeks, and we're not going to think about it anymore. The white lines are high volume bars. Matt, by the way, here's what I need you to do. Make a note of this because I've been forgetting to ask you, have you do this. Right now, it shows up white when it's above the 50-day moving average, right? What I want you to do is I want it to be 20. I want to be able to regulate the percentage that it's above the 50-day moving average. In other words, I want to have a baseline of 20%, and I want to see that's enough because too many candles are getting lit up. You understand? So so basically I want it to be 120% above the 50-day moving average instead of above the moving average. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I know you could do that with a few clicks of a mouse. Now you know. Let's be honest. You can't. Let's be honest. Well, the alert for true trend. Will there be an alert for true trend today? Yes, there will be an alert for true trend today. Right, Matt?
Yes.
Yes, there will be an alert. All right, let's talk about the long side. I like this stock. This was a stock we had in gap to green, and we got out of it because of the tariffs, because of the Trump last week. But look how it did, Matt. It's respecting the 8-day really well. If you can, buy it around the 38, 34 area. It's up quite a bit right now. But this is one of those energy. What is it called? My mind. Nuclear stocks. Nuclear stocks. How soon before Canadian Trudeau's gone? I don't know. Nuclear. Yeah, nuclear stocks. Yes. Nuclear. Thank you. There's a couple of them. There's also this one too. Oh, SM something. SM. I forgot the ticker symbol. No, NAE, I know. SMR. Thank you, SMR. That's it. SMR. But I like this one the best. I like this one the best. Graham and I were talking about this stock, and Graham and I are going live in an hour and 11 minutes. Richie says I took 108% on Oklo. Are you getting all of these testimonials today, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Getting a lot of testimonials today. Walmart. Yes, I still like Walmart. I don't know. DSTJO. I don't know. Maybe. I like Walmart. I really like Walmart a lot. As a matter of fact, I have it on my stock chart. If I see a big pullback, I may want to go long Walmart. Five, you see how it looks on the 5 minutes? 5 minute right here? That's a perfect A-line setup right here. If it's just right there, it's a perfect A-line setup right there. Assuming this is a daily chart. It's not. It's an intraday chart. But if this was a daily chart, this would be a right here, right there. See that picture? If you could take a screenshot of this right now, that right here, this chart and how it's coming off the 8-day, that's a perfect A-line trade right there. The problem is this is a 5-minute chart. We want this over here, and then I would be taking it right now. But this is what, just pretend that this is a daily chart. This is what a perfect A-line looks like. All right, let's continue. I'm getting too excited about Walmart right now. Got to move on. Hims is looking good. Hims is looking good. Nice, John. Nice. Very nice. Kroger actually went up today pretty good. It was weird. The stock rallied when the market took down. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Definitely a stock to watch. I don't know why it went up, but it went up, and supermarkets shouldn't be going up on this tariff talk. TPR looks great. I like how it's bouncing off the 15-day. The problem, it's got earnings in a couple of days. Meta is still on my list. The stock that I gave you today in the pit. You made money in the pit on today. Excuse me. Costco. Let's look at Costco. Costco looks beautiful right now. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Also, this is look at another A line on a 5-minute. Why can't my dailies look like this today? This is a beautiful 5-minute chart. I'm salivating here. Nice. Costco looks good. Okay, you guys found a good one. Costco definitely looks good. Definitely looks good. Maybe, Michael. Maybe. Maybe. Be nimble right now, folks. This is not a time to be a hero. This is a time to be nimble. I'm definitely adding Costco to my watch list. Thank you. Now, nothing makes me happier than you guys giving me stocks to add to my watch list. SFM is actually my next stock on my watch list. I like SFM. Alan, Rochelle's in Costco. Look at these guys. We got some hardcore traders here. Yeah, I like SFM quite a bit. I'm surprised. The fact that these between you and I. Now, so I gave you the whole what I think will happen to Trump. Now, between you, my personal opinion, nothing is going to happen with this tariff. We're going to huff and we're going to puff. Nothing's going to happen, and we're going to come back to normal. And Trump is going to forget all about it, just like he forgot about the wall. It's going to be like a total afterthought in like 2 months. He's going to flex his muscle a little bit, and then we're going to forget all about it. And then he'll spend 2 years telling everybody how big of a success it was. All right, that's what I think is going to happen. You got to love the guy. Yeah. Hey, Graham, why don't you ask the folks in this room who have been with me for 6 years when I told them about SE? You guys remember about 6 years ago, Ken? Especially the second half of the year, I think is going to be fantastic. I gave that stock many moons ago when I saw it in Stanley Druckenmiller's portfolio. BSX is looking good. I love how it's bouncing right now. Yep, 13F, not 14. Was it 14F? 13F. 13F. I have not been there. Yeah, it was 13F. You're absolutely right. It was 13F. That's right. Long time ago. It was a 13F stock. That's right. You guys remember. Dash, Fox A is the next one on my list, Richard. Look at this. Folks are telling me the next stock's on my list today. I love this. I like that. Yeah, EIX is great. That's been in my one of the stocks I've been looking at last few days, Vignesh, to the short side. Fox, you guys are getting pretty damn good at this. I'm going to tell you. And VRNA. VRNA is looking good too. Yeah, EIX looks like a great put right now. Great put. I think some of the stuff that I've been talking about is starting to rub off. Gee, do you hear this, Matt? They're
Yeah.
telling me good stocks. No, 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 no. Too much of everything, Cyrus. Bros, let's see. Bros is looking good. I love how it bounced off the 15, starting to come up again. Nice, nice. You guys are killing it. Now, look at volume right now. Look at what's happening with volume right now. Volume is falling out of the market right now. Falling out of the market right now. Yeah, I think so too. All right, folks, I'll
Um,
be live in 55 minutes with Gramster. We'll be talking live. We'll be talking about some really good seasonality, and I'm going to give you 5 seasonality stocks. 5. These are hand-picked stocks by me to do well in February, assuming that there are no tariffs talks. Understand? So we're going to pretend they don't exist for this conversation. Says 6 more weeks of winter. Fortunately, he's only 35% right. There you go. You guys are welcome. I'll see you guys in an hour. And Matt already posted the link everywhere. All right. I'll see you guys real soon. Yes, don't sit on 2 chairs with one butt. My dad taught me that at a very young age. You're not going to get anything done. Bye, guys. Love you all. And please don't take these to be political discussions. It's what's happening in the market right now. It's kind of hard not to talk about it. All right. Bye, guys.
Hi, everyone.
Bye, everyone.